Hey, what's up, all you dreamers out there? I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'm back with another Steven Universe Future episode review. This time it's episode 11 titled In Dreams, which is the halfway point for Steven Universe Future. Man, it's really kind of coming together. This series, it's really clicking for me that this series isn't really that long, and it really is just an epilogue to see the finale of everything. Man, years of my life coming to an end right here. But let's jump in, shall we? As we open up with a party going on in Steven's house, as he arrives to see all of his friends inside busting a move. However, as he tries to get in, the doors and windows disappear, and he suddenly is spoken to by the temple guardian statue with the head of Cookie Cat, saying that no one needs him anymore. Nobody needs his help, so why is he still here? Which, dang, Cookie Cat, some existential dread up in here. And suddenly Steven finds himself plummeting from his house into space, only for him to wake up. Apparently, he's been having this dream for quite some time, but that's all pushed to the side as Peridot has arrived as the reboot of Camp Pining Hearts, the show that really took off in Peridot's heart when it came to Earth culture. It's a reboot, and Steven and Peridot are both excited to see what will happen. But unfortunately, it's not that great. At least not to them. Reboots tend to be disappointing to some people. It happens. People have opinions, respect them, or don't. It's all up to you. But suddenly, Steven's dream starts being projected on the TV. And while Steven thinks, oh no, my powers are running rampant, Peridot sees this as an opportunity to re edit the reboot of Camp Pining Hearts in their favor. So they start coming up with plans on how to correct the series in the direction that they feel that it should go, with Steven even coming up with his own OC Camp Pining Hearts characters, Stefan, who will be the foil to the main character and help getting together with the female lead, as he's a helpful person who will do anything to help out a person in need. Steven can't draw hands, by the way. This is a long-standing thing for him, but his net game is on point. So they get everything all set, and Steven goes to sleep with Peridot recording the whole experience. So Steven appears within the series in his dream in his adult Steven form, which we saw so far back in, I think it was So Many Birthdays, and he tries his best to help the male lead get the girl. However, weird stuff starts to appear as the dream goes on, and Steven starts glowing pink. So he wakes up violently, but Peridot says that, hey, it was actually pretty cool, up until all the weirdness. We just gotta keep trying to get past that one point, and we'll be able to, actually get the series that we want. Unfortunately, but at first it seems like it's just a matter of Steven going back to sleep and everything will be fine. But that is not the case, as each attempt makes the dreams get more and more out of hand at the same point. And it even gets to the point where Peridot creates a series of storyboards for it, animators flexing that knowledge, as Peridot actually has amazing art skills, which I'm actually surprised by. But she came up with all this to give Steven a visual aid on what he needs to do in order to view it within the dreams. But Steven feels a little adverse to this, as Peridot has made it so that Stefan is the one who actually gets the girl instead of the main lead, which Steven takes offense to, as his whole thing is he wants to help people, not become the antagonist, basically. But as Paradox starts to kind of feel a little bit weird about how seriously Steven is taking all of this, Steven actually ends up agreeing to do it, not wanting Peridot to just up and leave. So Steven goes through with the romance subplot, only for the female lead to turn into Connie, who then turns into Obsidian with Connie's face. And while Steven wakes up yet again and goes to Peridot to ask her, maybe we should stop doing all this. It's starting to get a little too much. Only for Peridot's eyes and gem to be replaced with the color bars that are used for TV broadcasts when things go wrong, I think it is. It's a little bit before my time, but what a creepy moment. Like, this was just a very intense moment. This is the Chilton moment for this series. That dream episode where things got a little out of hand. This is that moment here. But suddenly Steven finds himself chasing after Peridot, who starts to wander into Steven's house where the party is still raging on. Only for Steven to confront the dream Peridot, starting to realize himself that he doesn't know how to be a friend to people without trying to help them. Which, we've seen over the course of this series that Steven just has this addiction to helping people. It was cuter when he was young and a kid because his precocious need to interject in other people's lives and problems is just like, oh, well, he's a kid, and his innocence helps him to get a little bit of introspection. But now that he's a young teen, that's no longer something he can do. Now he's kind of just free floating because nobody really needs him in the way that they used to kind of need him. And he doesn't know how to be a friend to Peridot without having something to fix with her. The cluster and, various different things, the kindergarten. They've always just gone out and fixed things. They've never just really hung out, which is all he really wants to do. He just doesn't want to be alone. But suddenly Steven ends up being woken up by Peridot, who saw the whole thing through the TV. And, she admits that it's just like, hey, yeah, I don't have a problem, but dude, if you just wanted to hang out, let's just hang out. There doesn't have to be a reason to hang out. You don't have to have some kind of agenda here. We're friends. That's it. That's end of story. So they continue watching the reboot of Camp Pining Hearts, despite the fact that they don't enjoy it. It's just the fact that they both feel the same way, and they're just both enjoying this thing in their own special way. And that's all that really matters in the end. And I like the ending of this episode. It really just goes to show that, you know, Steven now really has fully embraced the issue at hand. He doesn't know how to be a friend to people without needing to help them. And, this really does harken back to when he was younger. He always had this weird tendency to want to help people, but you just saw it as, oh, he's just a nice kid. But now you're starting to see the cracks in everything that he used to do or does now. Yes, he wants to help, yes, he wants to be there, but there's always this underlying need in the back of his mind. And now that he's recognized this, he has no choice but to try to move forward, which I'm definitely looking forward to. What kind of revelation will Steven have? What will propel him forward in terms of growing out of this need that he has that just might be self-destructive? We're just gonna have to wait and see. But hey, tell me your thoughts on this episode in the comment section below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? How do you feel about the dream element? Did you have fun with that, or do you feel that it was unnecessary? Do you feel that we're retreading the ground of Steven needs some form of professional help? Or do you feel that this has all been building towards that direction? Just leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. If you liked this video, leave me a like, or don't if you didn't. And subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way you never miss out on another Steven Universe review. Until then, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.